Hi, day 8. We're nearly there, guys. So, day 9 will be the last sort of full day of things to do, and then day 10 is a kind of overview wrap up type session. So, hopefully, you have watched the intro to the focus section and also had a go at day 7's bit of journaling and watched the video. So today very much follows on the same theme. It's not really a new idea today. We're still thinking about engineering the environment, and I even mentioned in yesterday's video about the tech environment. So try to separate out the physical space, so that might be your home, your office, your desk, any of the physical spaces that you transition from one to the next during the day, your car even. How can you make those support your goals better? And how can you get rid of things in those environments that are barriers or obstacles or distractions? And then I've kind of separated out tech as a separate environment because it's just such a big one in terms of distraction. We talked in the intro about the attention economy and how you're really fighting against some fairly powerful influences in terms of pulling your attention to places where business wants it to go so that you become a customer. So just awareness of that really, and so that you can take ownership. You can decide to watch things or you can decide not to watch things, and you do have an ability to choose that. It's sort of like, unless you pay attention, unless you notice, you will just absorb all this stuff kind of throughout the day, and it adds up. Horrifying to look in your phone at the amount of time that you actually spend on different apps. If you've never done that, I recommend you do, because if you are walking around all the time feeling like you haven't got time for these things that you want to improve about your health and fitness, or even just a goal that you've got in your life in general, if you feel like you haven't got time for it, or even this challenge, if you found it difficult to fit 10 minutes a day in, have a look at your phone stats at how much you're using different things in there, and then see whether there's some ground that could be made up there. There was for me. Okay, and remember in the intro I said I thought it was 17 minutes that it takes for you to get back into deep focus after you've been interrupted. It's actually 23. I mean, I find that really difficult to get my head around, because if you can't find 23 minutes even to do a task, like, how are you ever going to find like flow state, like proper deep concentration? Maybe you're not ever. Maybe you're going through the whole day never really concentrating on anything. And if that's true, it might take a little bit of soul searching to admit that to yourself, but also what a massive potential there is then for improvement. Imagine what you could achieve if you actually were really concentrating on one task, ticking it off, and then going to the next one, especially if you were choosing them in order of importance of the things where you want to have the most impact in your day. Just imagine. Okay, so yeah, if you have a look in your phone stats, just look, what are you on your phone doing? And for me, it was quite a tricky one, because I was like, yeah, well, I'm doing work on those apps. I'm not just messing around in Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube and wherever else, but for some of the time I am. So I have to parent myself, if that's not an awful verb to use. So if you find it difficult to parent yourself, you think, well, what would I do if this was a child? Well, you don't just let them be on the internet for as much time as they want, do you? You have to put sort of checks and balances in place to allow that to be achieve more balance in their lives. Do that for yourself as well, and notice what happens. Okay, so today's journal question was, how much time are you spending on your phone? Which apps do you use the most? And how could you introduce some friction to reduce the lost time? Okay, bit of soul searching there. Let me know how you get on.